What's going on, everybody? Eddie Dowd back again with Brian Sachs for another real estate tip. We come to you guys every single week with real estate knowledge, real estate tips, because we want our everybody that views us, our viewers, to be educated when it comes to real estate. So that way they can not only just buy a home for themselves, buy and have their own home, their own home ownership, but also grow generational wealth. And today we're going to talk about wealth, generational wealth, if you will, but wealth in general and how wealth is built through real estate. There's been a little bit of talk of that here recently. Going around the circles and everything, but how wealth is built in real estate and why you should be looking to buy real estate and how that can help you become wealthy. Brian?
That's a lot of wealth there, Eddie. But you're right. I mean, if you look at all of the people, and before we even go there, I have to say this. Eddie and I are not accountants. We're not financial planners. We're not insurance agents. What else aren't we? We're not legal scholars. So we're not giving you any advice. So there's the caveat, right? There's our disclaimer. Check with your professionals. But, we keep droning on and on and on here about creating generational wealth. Well, what the hell does that mean? How does real estate create wealth? So real estate has always gotten preferential treatment in the tax codes. And again, Eddie and I are not accountants or attorneys, but if you look at the richest people, like him or hate him, Donald Trump made his money in real estate. Okay. The Rockefellers made their money in real estate. The Bushes made their money in oil wells and real estate. We can go through literally the billionaires, and then we can go to the multimillionaires, and then we can go just to people watching this that may be in a little bit more of a comfortable place than most of America. And it's because they own investment real estate. So let's talk about why that is, okay? The government allows you in the tax codes to depreciate real estate. That means you get an extra tax deduction for rental real estate that you don't live in, that you rent out. While that building is hopefully going up in value, the government says, we're going to let you say it's going down in value and write it off. So that means if you rented it out and you made $10,000 in income and you're able to depreciate $4,000, well, that means you only had $6,000 in taxable income instead of 10. So you see, it saves you on taxes. That's number one. Number two, when you refinance an investment property and you pull money out, that money comes to you tax-free. That's not income. Okay. And again, check all this with your account. While all this is going on, again, the home is hopefully going up in value and your mortgage is going down. And what you have in the middle there is equity. So, a lot of people, it's interesting. Some people save to try to help their kids for college, right? They buy one of the state programs. I forgot what they call them, 501c or B or whatever. It's good to save. If you have kids, it's good to save for their college education so they don't have to take out these ridiculous school loans. But you know what some people do? Some people buy a investment property for each child when they're born, and 18 years later, they either sell it or refinance it and pull out that money tax-free to pay for their kids' education. Same thing for your retirement. Imagine if you're 30 and you're going to work till you're 65 and you every couple of years buy another investment property. My God, you will be wealthy at age 65. Much better return than almost anything else. And you're getting an extra tax break and the home's going up in value. Eddie, you and I talk about that loophole, the realestateloophole.com. That's my book that I wrote, or some people call it house hacking these days, right? But, that's a great way to start. Buy a property, live in it, one of the units, rent out the other units, and use that as your base to launch your investment career. And that way you're not paying rent, you're collecting income, you're getting the extra tax benefits. I could drone on and on and on about this, but Google it. Go to Chat GPT and check it out. It's all everything Eddie and I share with you is always factual, but find some real estate that isn't too labor intensive. I'm not saying go buy an office building or a shopping mall. How about just a duplex, a 2-unit property, live in one, rent the other, or 3 or 4. But whatever real estate you're going to buy, historically, it will make you wealthy through those tax benefits, through the ability to take out your equity tax free, and through the ability of the property to go up in value, which historically it always has. I mean, if you're watching this, I don't need to tell you that real estate going up. I mean, you know that, right? Look what's happened just the last couple of years. If you go back 5 years, the average sales price of a home, I think, was 280 or 300 in the United States. It's now well over 400, and that's just 3 to 5 years later.
Yeah.
So,
and I haven't even, I'm a little bit younger. I haven't really been in the real estate game that long, but I have been in it, about like 6, it's coming on 7, I think, years now. And to tell you the truth, that when I came in, thinking, oh, this house is gonna worth 200,000 now, and I would never have thought that in this short period of time that these houses would have increased the amount of value that they have. It's a
something crazy, Eddie. I'm going to tell you something crazy. The house I was born in, okay, my parents bought it in 1964, so now you know how old I am, okay, when I was an infant. They bought a house in the Mount Washington area of Baltimore County. Nothing special, 1/4 acre, 1/2 acre, whatever it was, 4-bedroom house, split level, nothing, dramatic. They paid $27,000 or $28,000 for that house.
That was a lot back then too, right?
It was a lot. It was a lot. My mother passed away I'm sorry. We moved her out of the house in 2004 and sold it for $250,000. Okay. So that's 40 years later. Let's fast forward again. That house that I sold in 2004, now it's 20 years after that, right? That house just resold for $750. $750. Okay.
Yeah.
And it needs some work. So it didn't double, it tripled. And
yeah.
Folks, no ulterior motives here. Eddie is an expert in investment properties. I am an expert in financing investment properties. We can help you with anything, truthfully, but this is a niche that we both feel very passionate about. And take it away, Eddie. I'm sorry. This is a subject that hits a raw nerve with me.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, obviously, I mean, like we said, like we stress every single week, real estate is one of the main ways to build wealth, build generational wealth. And I mean, we talked on a little bit of the tax benefits and everything here today. We'll continue to talk on those. If you guys have any questions, leave them below. Remember the home funded. If you're sitting here scratching your head like, oh yeah, I have the income coming in. I have the credit. I could do this, but the only thing that's missing is maybe the bank account and the sum in the bank account. You don't have to worry about that because we have a home funded page. You can go ahead, make an account there, put a couple dollars in there, have your friends, have your family, go ahead and do that. We just talked about buying a house when your children are born to be potentially their college fund, whether you refinance it and pull the money out or you sell it. Why not, instead of them buying you blue blankets or pink blankets or whatever at the baby shower, why not put a sign up and say, hey, help contribute to the college fund now. We're looking to buy a house because we know it'll increase in value and we'll be able to put little Johnny or little Susie through college with the home funded, because we can have everybody contribute. We'll give you also $2,000 towards that. You get in the house, it increases in value. It's a no-brainer. But yeah, we'll be back next week. If you want to contact me, 410-588-6536. How about you, Brian?
443-471-8557. And I really hope you share this with somebody that really needs to hear it. And I think you're going to drop that home funded link right below, right?
Of course.
All right. God bless you till next week.
All right. See you guys soon.